In a land far away, there existed a very pink palace where dazzling balls were held all the time and princesses danced for hours. On the other hand, One Eye, Two Eyes, and Three Eyes spent all their days lost in daydreams of dancing in that palace. Because, in order to go to the palace, a person had to wait for an invitation. In all the months they had been living in their house, they hadn't received a single invitation. And then one day, their mother gave a handful of gold to Three Eyes and One Eye. Buy yourself some new clothes with these coins. And then one day, if we get an invitation, you can wear them to the ball, she said. The girls fought with each other about how they would share the gold. Two Eyes watched what was happening longingly.
But Mother, I also want to buy a dress for the ball. Can you give me gold too?
Her mother took a worthless old earring from her pocket and she threw it on the floor at the feet of Two Eyes. Please take this. If it's worth anything, you can exchange it and buy something, she said. Two Eyes ran out of the house in tears because her mother loved One Eye and Three Eyes, but she always treated her very badly. Two Eyes noticed a glint on the edge of the rubbish bin a short distance away. When she approached it curiously, she realized that it was a pair of red shoes. Just as she was about to try them on, her mother shouted from the house and interrupted her.
Hey, Two Eyes! Come quickly and prepare our dinner!
So Two Eyes quickly went into the house and hid the shoes under the blanket without anyone noticing that she'd brought them in. Finally, the day they were waiting for came around. While One Eye and Three Eyes were trying on the new clothes they had bought from the market, a golden envelope was slipped under the door. Their mother found the envelope and shouted with joy.
Oh, my girls, get yourselves ready. We're going to the ball.
And so, while the girls were hurrying to get ready, Two Eyes asked if she would be able to wear some of her sister's clothes.
These are our clothes. You can't have them, and you can't go to the ball wearing that either.
So Two Eyes went to her room sadly. When her sisters and her mother left home to go to the ball, she took the shoes that she had hidden under the blanket out again.
Oh, my beautiful red shoes! I can't go to the ball wearing only you. I really need a new dress.
The moment Two Eyes put the red shoes on her feet, her tattered clothes disappeared in a wonderful flash and were replaced with a dress that sparkled in the light. Two Eyes could not believe the magic the red shoes had performed, and in a state of excitement went to the palace. When she made her way into the ballroom, One Eye, Three Eyes, and their mother simply could not believe their eyes.
What? This can't be happening.
Two Eyes stood there in her sparkling dress, looking so beautiful in her magic shoes that the other young girls were so awestruck that they couldn't move from their seats. They had all been frozen in place. Three Eyes, One Eye, and their mother walked out of the palace in shame. And Two Eyes danced like a princess all night, all thanks to what the red shoes had done for her. Because her heart was filled with goodness and deserved only the best of everything.
One Eye, Two Eyes, and Three Eyes. In a land far, far away, there was an old woman who lived with her 3 daughters. The eldest daughter was one-eyed. The middle daughter had 3 eyes, and the youngest daughter had 2 eyes. Their mother, the old woman, loved the oldest 2 the most. She would do whatever they wanted.
Thank you so much, Mother.
The youngest daughter was always given the chores and housework, even while they told her she was useless and incompetent. And they didn't even invite her to their dinner table. Mom, Two Eyes doesn't deserve to eat at this table with us because she can't do anything right. But So, the mother did not let her two-eyed daughter eat with them at the table. She was given only the leftover food after everyone left the table. Nevertheless, she kept her heart kind and helpful. One day, her one-eyed and three-eyed older sisters came to the girl with two eyes. They insulted her and threw dirty laundries on her. You didn't wash these clothes well. Wash them again. Two Eyes left the house crying. She went to the river to wash the laundry again. Why are my sisters treating me like this? What did I ever do to them? While the two-eyed girl was weeping, a fairy appeared before her. The fairy dazzled the two-eyed girl with her shining outfit, but she kept her face hidden from her. Why are you crying, two-eyed beautiful girl? Because I'm the youngest in the house. My mother and sisters say I'm useless, and they hate me and only give me scraps from the dinner table. Oh, don't be sad, pretty girl. Look, I have a present for you. This is a magic wand. If you make a wish and wave the magic wand 3 times, it will come true. When the two-eyed girl made a wish, a dinner table appeared. The table was filled with delicious food. Ah, look at these dishes, all warm and fresh. Two Eyes had been hungry for days, so she started to eat from the food on the table. When you're done eating, you only need to wave the wand twice, beautiful two-eyed girl. Remember, only twice. The fairy disappeared without showing her face. The two-eyed girl, after having a good meal, waved the wand twice, and the table vanished. Oh, I'm finally full. I'm so happy. But I have to hide this wand from my sisters and my mother, or they will destroy me for it. The two-eyed girl returned home using the wand as a walking stick. She noticed the leftover food on the table, but she didn't eat it because she was full. Two Eyes took her walking stick and went out again every day. She went to the water's edge, waved her wand, and ate as much as she wanted. But one day, when she returned home, her older sisters, One Eye and Three Eyes, noticed a change in their younger sister, Two Eyes. Why does Two Eyes smile every time she goes out and returns? And she doesn't eat the scraps we leave her. The next day, the jealous sisters followed her when Two Eyes went out. After a while, Two Eyes came to the water's edge. She made a wish and waved the wand 3 times. And a table full of delicious food appeared. Seeing this, the sisters were astonished. Ah, so she fills her stomach with delicious food every day, and she doesn't share it with us either. One Eye and Three Eyes ran home and told their mother what they saw. The mother could not believe what she heard, and she was very angry. Everyone hid before Two Eyes returned home. As soon as the girl entered the house, her mother came up to her and took the wand in her hand and broke it in half. No! did you do that? You were feasting on delicious food while we sat at home starving. No more food for you in this house. Two Eyes was so upset that she took the broken wand and went outside, crying. At that moment, the mysterious good fairy appeared before her again. Don't cry, two-eyed beautiful girl. Take the pieces of the stick and bury them under the moonlight. You will smile again. The mysterious fairy disappeared before the Two Eyes could see her face. Two Eyes went and did what the fairy said. The next day, a tree with silver leaves and golden fruit grew where she had buried the pieces of the stick. It was so majestic and bright that everyone could see it. Two Eyes' mother and sisters wanted to go to the tree and collect some fruit from it. But whenever the sisters reached out for the fruit, the tree branches were lifted up. Seeing this, Two Eyes came to them immediately. Maybe I can pick a fruit from this beautiful tree.
We couldn't even get it. How will you succeed?
Two Eyes stretched out her arms towards the tree. Give me some fruit and some joy, tree of glitter. After the kind words, the tree bent its branches in front of the Two Eyes so that she could easily take the fruit. Two Eyes wanted to give some of the fruit to her mother and sisters, but they were crazy with jealousy.
Oh, well, I can do that. Watch. Give me some fruit and some joy, tree of glitter. Give me some fruit and some joy, tree of glitter.
But the tree did not respond to what One Eye and Three Eyes had said.
How is it that this tree only obeys Two Eyes' orders?
At that moment, a handsome knight approached, galloping on his horse.
Get out of here, Two Eyes. Hide behind the bushes. Do not embarrass us with your selfishness.
Poor Two Eyes obeyed and hid behind the bushes with the fruit in her arms. When the knight came near the silver-leaved and golden-fruited tree, he stared in amazement.
Wow! If the owner of this magnificent tree would give me a silver branch, I would make her the happiest person in the world.
We are the owners of this tree, sir. I can give you a silver branch.
One Eye and Three Eyes jumped and jumped to pluck a branch from the tree, but in vain. They couldn't even touch a leaf.
You said this tree belongs to you? Then why can't you pluck even a single fruit from it?
Two Eyes wanted to come out and share her fruits with the knight, but she was afraid of her mother and sisters, so she stayed put and started to cry. And then the mysterious fairy appeared again. Beautiful two-eyed girl, take the leaf of the tree and put it in your heart. Then face the night without any fear. The two-eyed girl did as the fairy told her, and her worn-out outfit turned into a bright, sparkling dress. She immediately came out of the bush where she was hiding and faced the knight with the fruit in her arms. The knight was fascinated by the beauty of Two Eyes, and he couldn't take his eyes off her. I can give you a silver branch with golden fruit, sir.
I want to make you the happiest woman in the world, beautiful-eyed girl. Will you marry me?
Two Eyes immediately accepted the knight's marriage proposal, and they embraced each other. Seeing this, the jealous sisters and mother apologized to Two Eyes.
We thought you were incompetent because you were younger than us. But you are pure-minded and kind-hearted. Sorry, sister.
Two Eyes forgave her sisters and mother. The silver tree is now yours. You can get as many fruit as you want from it. After these beautiful words of Two Eyes, the mysterious fairy appeared on the top of the silver leaf tree and showed her face for the first time. Two Eyes was very surprised to see that the fairy had 3 eyes and realized that people only need a good heart to do good, no matter how different they look. Then Two Eyes and the knight got on a horse and rode off to eternal happiness.
In a land far, far away, there was an old king and his 7 princess daughters who loved to dance. The girls were so jealous that the king bought each of them the same dress to avoid a fight. But the princesses were still complaining about this situation.
I'm so tired of wearing the same dress every day. We too!
That day, while the youngest of the princesses was wandering around the palace in a bad mood, she heard loud noises. The noise was coming from behind a mysterious door in the palace. When she went and opened the door in curiosity, she was very surprised by what she saw, because in front of her, there was a pair of red shoes that were moving on their own. The shoes came dancing and stood right in front of the princess. When the princess curiously put on the shoes, she started running at an incredible speed.
Wow! How fast I'm running!
The princess set out on a long, desolate road wearing magical red shoes. Finally, the magical shoes stopped by themselves somewhere far away in front of a famous tailor. There were such beautiful dresses here that she asked the tailor for one of the dresses to wear at the ball.
Of course,
Ama
but remember,
unutma,
this
bencil
dress
olanı
punishes
elbise
the
cezalandırır.
The little princess took the dress and returned to the palace at the same speed, ignoring the tailor's words. She secretly placed her shoes under her bed while the others were sleeping, because she didn't want to share her clothes with her sisters. She wanted them to be only hers. The next evening, all the sisters gathered to dance in the ballroom. While all 6 princesses were wearing the same old clothes, the 7th princess entered the hall in a different, brand new dress. Curious, her older sisters asked the little princess where she got this dress from, but she didn't say anything and danced to the sad eyes of her sisters and enjoyed her new dress. Days passed. The little princess came to the ball in a different and new dress every evening. She didn't care at all about her sisters, who couldn't come to the ball because they had to fix their old clothes. On a prom night, the shiny buttons on the little princess's dress caught the middle sister's attention. She knew that these buttons were only found at a famous tailor far away, but it was impossible for the little princess to go and come back all the way to that distant tailor in one day. To solve this, the sisters decided that one of them would stand guard over the little princess. Wherever she went, one of her older sisters followed her, and they never left her alone. Finally, one night, the little princess saw her older sister falling asleep during the watch. She took this opportunity and immediately put on her red magic shoes and bought another dress from the tailor.
Oh, I got so many dresses. My sisters will be so envious.
The next day, one of the older sisters noticed a huge tear in her old dress. She went and asked the little princess for help.
I can't dance at the ball in this costume. Could you please give me one of your new clothes?
No, I can't. They're mine. They're made for me.
The little princess went to the dance alone, not caring for anyone. While she was dancing, showing off to the guests in her new outfit, one of her older sisters heard clattering under the little princess's bed. When she bent down, she saw the red magic shoes moving on their own. The moment the middle princess put on the shoes on her feet, she started running fast around.
Whoa! What's going on?
The middle princess was out of the palace in a blink of an eye.
Oh, where did she go? Wow, she was just here. How fast was she?
The princess crossed the mountains and hills in a very short time. And when she finally reached that tailor, the shoes stopped on their own. She couldn't believe what she saw when she entered. Dozens of fancy, shiny dresses were standing in front of her.
So she could get to and from the tailor so fast in magical shoes. Can I have a dress too?
Of course.
Ama
But remember,
unutma,
this
bencil
dress
olanı
punishes
elbise
the
cezalandırır.
The princess listened to the tailor's words.
I promise I will never be jealous or selfish.
Then she put on a new dress and returned to the palace at the same speed. On the other hand, while the little princess was dancing alone in the ballroom, her outfit suddenly turned into a shabby dress.
Huh? What happened to my beautiful dress? What's going on? This is so embarrassing.
While the guests were watching her with bewilderment, the little princess went back to her room crying. She searched everywhere for her magical red shoes to buy new clothes, but she couldn't find them anywhere.
Where are my red shoes? Who took them? Tell me now.
At that moment, her middle sister appeared before her with the magical shoes in her hands. Plus, she was wearing a brand new dress.
Were you looking for these?
Yes?
The little princess thus realized that her secret had been revealed, and she was very embarrassed that she did not care about the tailor's words. Her older sisters told her that sharing is the most important thing in the world, and the little princess apologized to all of them. From that day on, she shared her magical red shoes with one of her older sisters every day. The shoes took turn taking the princesses to and from the tailor at incredible speed. Thus, all the princess sisters were able to buy new clothes and dance happily in the ballroom for nights. In a village far, far away, a lazy girl and her older sister, the diligent girl, were living together. The lazy girl didn't like working so much that she was too lazy to even take the plate she was eating from to the kitchen. The diligent girl, on the other hand, was doing all the work in the house. One day, there was a knock on their door.
Oh, the door is ringing, sister. You open it. I just applied my nail polish.
The diligent girl opened the door. It was their old aunt. While the diligent girl immediately took her aunt's bag and invited her in, the lazy girl just shouted,
Welcome, Auntie!
from a distance. When their aunt entered, she found the diligent girl's room spotlessly clean. But when she saw the lazy girl's room, she grimaced and said,
How messy is this place?
Everywhere was so dirty that their old aunt realized later that she had stepped on a fork.
Ouch! My foot!
The diligent girl immediately helped her aunt. The lazy girl didn't even care about the situation. Later, the diligent girl went into the kitchen and prepared a delicious apple pie for her aunt.
I can't let you go back home hungry, Auntie. If you get hungry, you can eat it on the way,
she said. The lazy girl, smelling the sweet smell of the pie, also joined them.
Give me some of that pie.
She grouched. Their old aunt reproved this disrespectful behavior of the lazy girl. She took out a golden comb from her bag and gave it to the diligent girl. "This is a gift for your thoughtful and respectful behavior." The girl combed her hair with joy. As soon as the golden comb touched her hair, her clothes looked so fancy. Her hair shone, and golden jewelry appeared everywhere on her. Seeing this, the lazy girl was so jealous of her sister that she said,
Auntie, my pie is usually more delicious. Please wait, let me cook it right away.
She ran and entered the kitchen. She didn't put sugar because it was on the upper shelves, and to take it from there would be tiring for her. So she added salt. Instead of picking an apple from the tree and chopping it, she said,
Who's gonna go out now?
And added tomatoes. She put the pie in the oven, but out of concern for herself, she overbaked it too.
I think it cooked very well.
She offered the pie to her aunt, regardless of its burnt and bad taste. The old lady tasted it and thanked her anyway. Then she gave her a golden comb as a gift from her bag too. As soon as the lazy girl combed her hair, the clothes she was wearing became ugly. Her hair was disheveled, and her clothes started to stink.
What is going on? But isn't there any gold for me?
Their old aunt told the sisters everyone got the reward of their labor. Then she walked out the door and returned to her home. Once upon a time, there was a lazy girl who lived in a small town. This girl never liked to work. Instead, she would sit all day in front of the mirror and daydream. She always complained about her shabby clothes and never tried to buy new ones. One day, the lazy girl went to the market. While walking past the shop windows, she bumped into a young girl named Karen. The two of them fell to the ground at the same time. Karen's glowing red shoes caught the lazy girl's eyes. These were the shoes she had always dreamed of.
Well, I really like your shoes.
Oh, really? Thank you. Yes, I think they are very nice too.
Could you tell me where you got your shoes from?
Karen explained that her shoes were the only ones and were custom made for her. The lazy girl was very sad when she heard this. But if you bring me 3 bags of gold, I can give them to you. The lazy girl accepted this offer, saying that she was actually very rich, even though she did not have that much gold. However, the lazy girl, who had never worked in any job before, got a job at a bakery the next day. The baker asked her to make 10 loaves of bread and place them in baskets. The lazy girl began to knead the dough with difficulty. She was already bored when she just got the second loaf of bread.
This job is not for me. I'm getting dirty.
When the baker wasn't looking, she crumpled the paper bags on the side and threw them into the basket. She placed 3 loaves of bread, which she had barely made, on top of them. Thus, to make the bread appear like there was more.
Wow! You finished it in such a short time! Well done! Here's a bag of gold for you!
The lazy girl ran home just as she grabbed the gold. She never went back to that shop again.
Only 2 bags of gold left. Once I earn them, the shoes will be mine.
It was the next day. The lazy girl got a job at the grocery store this time. The green grocer asked her to remove the rotten fruit, but the lazy girl didn't want to touch the rotten fruit.
But these rotten things will ruin my nails.
When the green grocer turned around, she arranged the good fruits on the top row. Thus, the rotten fruits remained at the bottom, and she could avoid touching them.
How did you arrange it so neatly? Well done! Here's a bag of gold for you!
The lazy girl took the gold and ran home. She never went to that grocery store again.
Just one more bag of gold left.
The lazy girl was so tired and bored with her work that she fell asleep while dreaming by the window. She dreamed that she was dancing at a ball. Everyone around her was admiringly watching her dance with her new clothes and shoes.
See how beautifully she dances.
I can't take my eyes off her shoes! How beautiful they are!
The lazy girl suddenly woke up.
I'll deceive one more person, and then I'll have another bag of gold.
She immediately went to the market. This time she got a job with a tailor. The tailor asked her to sew patches on the skirts with the right colors. But the lazy girl chose irrelevant colors for each patch and never managed to sew it properly.
Ugh, my fingers hurt because of the needle. Ugh, I can't do that anymore.
The lazy girl gathered up all the skirts and hid them aside. When the tailor came and asked, she said that the owners of the skirts came. They liked the patches very much and they took them away.
Oh, that's great! Well done! Here you go, for your good work. A bag of gold for you.
The lazy girl ran home as she grabbed the gold. She never went to the tailor's shop again. She took the 3 bags of gold she had hidden in a corner and went to Karen happily.
Karen, look! 3 bags of gold. I earned them all with my hard work. Come on, give me the shoes.
Karen took the gold and handed the shoes to the lazy girl in a box. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. These are magical shoes. They don't hurt only honest and hard-working people. The lazy girl didn't pay attention to what Karen said. She immediately slipped the shoes on her feet. She was so happy that she started walking around the market, dancing. She saw a beautiful dress in a window. She wanted to stop to look at it, but the shoes wouldn't allow it.
Hey! What's going on? I can't stop! Help me! Help!
Everyone in the bazaar was watching the lazy girl who was dancing and jumping in amazement.
Look! Isn't that the girl who deceived us? Oh, it's indeed her?
That girl tricked me too.
The shoes made the lazy girl dance in the market for hours. The girl's feet were so swollen after that she started to cry in pain.
Help me! My feet hurt so bad! I promise I will be a more honest and hardworking person from now on.
The baker, the greengrocer, and the tailor, who felt sorry for the lazy girl, rushed to her aid. They managed to catch her, albeit with difficulty, and remove the shoes from her feet. And the magical red shoes danced away by themselves.
Oh, thank you for saving me. Even though I lied to you and didn't do anything right. And you helped me despite that.
After that day, no one called the lazy girl again. Because she earned her gold by working honestly and without being lazy in every job she got. So she bought herself new clothes and a pair of shoes she loved so much. The only magic of these shoes was nothing but the joy of earning honestly.